Well, hello everybody. I just wanted to bring you into what we have planned for today to do in the garden. So right here in our backyard, we have this plant here. So we're going to remove this plant from this pot, and we're going to remove that one as well. It's identical like it, and we're going to move that from there, and we're going to place it right here behind this little structure where this orchid is, and so that we'll have a balance here. Even though this is a little different from here, we're going to elevate it like we have this elevated in there, so you can see a bit of the blue. And we're going to actually put two palms in there. It's the lipstick palm, which has like a beautiful white body. What we have now though is the young version of it, so as it ages it will change the look of the palm itself. I'll try and put a video or a picture rather of what the palm looks like at the end of this segment. But just to give you an idea, we're going to change this look a little bit. And it's just temporary what I'm doing here. I'm going to change that as well. I would love to get a beautiful stands like this and elevate them on. So I'm going to place an order to get 3 more of these so that we can have one there, and then have this elevated on it. So that's what we plan to do there. And then on this end, we have the palms there, but we're going to break them up because there's actually 3 palms in those pots, and they do get really big. So they may look a bit small when we put them in the pots, but they will grow into the pots nice and full like you see here. So we're going to put one, we're going to purchase 2 pots for here, and we're going to, the 2 stands that I was telling you about, that's like that one, we're going to put one here, one there, and we'll put a stepping stone like that's my husband in the background walking around getting himself ready for this project. And we then put the other 2 palms here, so that it would give it a beautiful entrance for here when they grow big in this space, and likewise on that area there. So that's the whole concept, and I do love that. We were here walking around in the garden for quite some time trying to decide what we want to do and how we want this to look in the long term. But if you look at this, if you're coming from this angle, just imagine those palms fully grown, beautiful staple, beautiful red trunk, and the lush leaves just gracing the entrance to go around here. And then you're looking from here, and it's like you see the same thing going on over there, just gracing the entrance over there. I absolutely love that look, and I'm seeing that already before it's even at that point. But long-term vision is what I believe in. When I'm placing plants and stuff in the garden, I try to think long-term as well. So just sharing that with you guys. The other things that we would love to get done today, we're hoping we get it done. We're planning out some lilies, and I'm trying to, this one is called, I have the initials on this one. It's the Jungle King ginger, which is the red. And so we used to have one here years ago, and so I had loved how it just filled up the space, right? Because these grow really big. They're the giant size ones, and they bloom the beautiful red flower. So I'm going to put that one there to take up and fill in that space there. We're also going to put the giant one here. This is the queen one, identical to that one, but we're putting it on this side only because we would have put it here, but we have this and it's been here for a long time, so it's a little offset from it being straight across, but it's still going to give that lush feeling right here because this is quite an opening space. You're seeing the bare trunk of this palm, and I figured it would look beautiful here, just grown into its own nature look there. This one, the queen, blooms pink, nice big pink flower. So I'm looking forward to that finding its home there, and hoping that both of these will love where we plant them. And then finally, we are going to plant this other lily here. It's the white, I think it's called the white bee ginger. and it blooms white, beautiful flowers as well. Again, I'll try and put a picture of all of these at the end of this video, so you can see the different plants, the different lilies, and the palm, what it looks like with its flower. So we'll just get busy with this. Me and my husband will go ahead and dig the holes, get these planters all sorted, and we'll be right back and show you what it looks like. I don't have anyone to do the video while we're doing this. I mean, just put it on the stand so you can see, but we'll just come back at least to let you all see what it looks like all set up. So here we are digging the hole so that we can plant the king lily. And that's pretty much what we're going to do for all of them. A little bit of muscle work, right, honey? Get some muscle work in there. Look at him go, guys. These are the moments that we love together. You know, new beginnings, hope, and the prosperity in the plant growing and just blooming beautiful flowers for us is what we look forward to. So again, we can bring a spiritual aspect into just planting a simple plant and enjoying the beauty of what God has blessed us with. So, you know, every single plant is a blessing, and the way in which it just makes your day. So that's how God works, guys. He just blesses us with wonderful things like this and brings joy, and we do enjoy doing this, and we enjoy sharing this with you guys. So we dig the hole deep enough. I think we're good there, hon.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think that's a good depth. And what we'll do is we'll put the pot as it stands. Whenever we buy plants, we'll look at the level at which the soil is in the pot. We'll put it into the hole, guys, and I'll show it to you in a minute. Let me go around and show you guys what I'm talking about. So what we do is we take, those of you that may not know the little tricks and trade to planting in the garden, we dig the hole, we put it down, and we look at the level. We look at the level of this and the level of where the soil is in the pot, and we said, okay, so for example, right here is level where the soil is in this, so we know that's the perfect height, so we don't need to dig any further. So now I'm going to take the pot back out and we're going to plant it. So I'll have to free up my hands, but I'll show you guys once it's planted how it looks. Okay guys, so my husband has volunteered to do this. So as you all may not know, I've had knee surgery, so it's difficult for me to bend and kneel, and plus I have always suffered with knee issues, so it's difficult for me to get down the slope to stuff. So now we've taken it out of the pot.
Which position you want?
And he's trying to position it. Yes, like that, hon, I think would be good. We just have to bring it forward when we're filling it in. Yeah, just a little bit like that. Yeah. So he's gonna take some soil from out of some fresh soil. We're not using the same soil that we dug out of the hole because we want to give the plant a chance to bounce back really well. And if you notice, we did not disturb the soil that was in the pot. We just took it out straight out the pot, and that way too it doesn't make the plant go into too much of a shock when we're transplanting it. A lot of important things that we've discovered and learned for ourselves. Everybody plants differently, everybody has different methods, all depending on where around the world they are. But in our tropical climate here in the Cayman Islands, in the Caribbean, this is how we do it. So you may think, oh my gosh, she's covering everything up, but we'll just balance everything out once. And I think we probably could work with that for right now. And then sprinkle some, remember to sprinkle some of the, yeah. So what we do is put some of the fertilizer around there, and that lasts for 6 to 8 months. So he's gonna just, you know, work with it into the soil on the surface. He's gonna just press it in real good and firm so that the root system and the plant is not shaky in the ground, and it gives it a firm, solid foundation for it to start. And then what we'll do is just put back some of its natural stuff around it and put the gravel back and call it a day. So we'll just watch him finish that up now. We'll do this for all of the plants that we're planting around the pool deck and the flower beds. And so he's just taking some of the natural stuff out of the soil we had before and just put it around the surface to kind of level it back a little bit before we put all of the gravel, just so that it has a combination of both soils, local soil, bought soil. You guys get the gist of it. He's just gonna smooth it off. Level it, and then he's gonna now put the gravel on top of that. We may have to get some more gravel eventually, but for right now, we'll just tidy it up a bit so that it looks like it's been there for a while. So eventually all of the soil that you may be able to see now will eventually soak in, and you'll see more of the gravel over time. But we do plan to, you know, get some more gravel, fix up against every several years. I would say like over a period of 5 to 10 years, sometimes you have to come back and just top off your gravel just to give your garden beds a nice fresh look. And we are getting to that stage soon. We have so many other projects going on in the garden, guys, that we do what we can when we can. So this is how it looks from this angle, and this is the angle that everybody's gonna appreciate the plant. And so you can see already it's looking nice where it's at. So we'll just go ahead and plant all the other plants, guys. Pot everything. I may just bring you in on one or two other things, but if I don't, we'll just bring you back, guys, when we're finished planting out everything. So this is around the pool deck, like I said. This is around the pool deck. And so when we're coming off of this area and we're going to the backyard, it's right off to the right there. We're going to go ahead and do the other one that's coming off, and this is around the pool deck as well. This is where we're going to plant the other two lilies. So as you come around here, boom, you'll see this one, which will be the pink. And when you're walking around this side, you'll actually see the back side of the white lily one. But if you're walking and coming around here from the pool view and you're walking this way, you'll actually see, when you're walking this way or coming around this way, you'll see this one just growing right here. And so it gives a nice look, and you'll see the other one over there. The other one will be just right off here. I think it's going to be a great placement for these plants. All right, so my husband's watering it. He just watered it, wet it in, and it's good to go. It has its home. So we'll see how it likes it over time, and that's just the nature of doing these things in a garden. We just have to hope that it becomes such a beautiful specimen and we can enjoy it in years to come. All right, we'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so we are now doing this section. I went out and purchased these two pots from the nursery, and before my husband finished filling this one, what we did and what we tend to do is put some foam in there so that we don't have to use a lot of soil to fill in big pots like these, but we still make sure there's sufficient amount of soil for what we want to grow grow. So if you notice, I patted more around the edge, put some down the bottom, just elevated a bit, but we're still making sure the center of the pot get a lot for depth for the roots to grow, and then we'll fill in there. So while he's doing that, because that's going to be for this plant, we are almost done planting this one. So we're gonna make a decision however we want to put the whole plant in there, because it's actually 3 plants that's in this, and we're going to make a decision how we want to do this. So we may just leave it, or we may just split them and let them grow on their own and fill out. But I love the way that it's full for this pot right as it is, so we may just go for that, opt for that option. But this is how it looks, guys. It's taking shape. I turned the pots slightly so it curves with the curve, this curve right here, so that it has the same distance between here and here, and so that we can appreciate it at the same sort of way, so it sort of looks like it's curving with the circular area here. I call it the roundabout, guys. Remember, those of you that's been watching, I call this a roundabout. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So I think that will look beautiful right there, just escaping that space there. So we'll be back, guys. We'll show you when we're done, because we've basically done everything. We want to look about probably putting the same palms over here, but we'll show you what we've done for now. But again, everything takes baby steps. You do what you can when you can, and you improve and add and beautify your spaces in the garden whenever you can. So most of us are on a budget. I'm on a budget, so you have to work with your budget. So we bought these plants, I think it was last month, and we just kept them until we decided where we wanted to put them. We decided how we wanted to make them grow in the garden, because we're again thinking long term and the beautification of the space, and that's why we decided to do it this way. So we'll be right back. Okay guys, so we have finished planting our plants out, our palms and our lilies, and I should say gingers and ginger plants. So this one is the one that blooms white flowers. So I thought it would look beautiful between the 2 colored croton plants. And it looks small now, but eventually it'll get pretty big, like how we have this one in the garden. See how that one's grown massive, but it looks good. And we're thinking, because of the pattern this one is doing, it's like it was actually there first, and then so these died, and now it's opening up where it's more space. So we're gonna research it more. If anybody knows about these very well, we may just see how we can encourage growth in the middle here. So I'm going to check into that, and then we'll address that, just try and get some more so it gets fuller in the center. But it's such a gorgeous plant. I mean, look at my hand in one of these leaves. It's pretty big, guys. So anyway, getting back to what I was on about, we've planted that one. We have completed this one. That one's actually doing well. It didn't get much shock. You see that? Another trick, guys, when you're planting these out in the ground, which we didn't do, we should have shown you guys that, is when you're, if you feel that, for example, how we took it out of the pot and we didn't break down the soil from around the plant itself, sometimes when you take the soil out of the plant, you notice sometimes the soil break away because it hadn't had chance for the roots to attach to the soil, so it doesn't hold it together. And sometimes you have to, position the plant and fill in some soil around it. In situations like that, we encourage that you wet inside of it a bit, so that because then the plant is going to go through more shock. So we encourage you to put some water in the hole and then put your soil in, so it gives it the root system a little bit of drink, so that it doesn't get withered and look really bad and trying to get through the shock. But that plant looks great. I'm going to go in closer so you can see what I'm talking about. It looks just like it was in the pot, and it's been quite a while since we put it in there. It's been a few I didn't even check the time. At least an hour or so now we've been in the garden, or more. We've been in the garden, and it hasn't had any shock. Now this one over here, you can see that it's not too bad. It looks pretty good too. It's not going through much of a shock. But that one, for example, was one of them that we did, and some of the soil break off, not much, but we didn't wet it because we felt it would have still been okay. But if we had wet that, it would have looked just as good as that one over there by now. But it's doing okay. It's not going to go through much more shock. Now it's going to just build back up itself because it got wet. We made sure we watered it really, really good, much better than we did the other one. So it's going to get some good drink and catch back up. So again, guys, if you forget or you didn't realize it and it's going through shock, just make sure you drench it really well with some water to give it a drink. And then over here we have moved the turquoise pot from over on the other side and made it an entrance here. So that's how it looks, guys. Looks great. We're planning on replacing, like you said, these two plants and put those two lipstick palms in here, but we have to get some more, so we're just going to leave them as they are for now. We're going to concentrate on perhaps where we want to put these plants, and then we're going to replace them. So this is how it looks from here. So looking at it from this angle, we can see it looks really nice there, even though that is there and there's none here. It actually balances, so you can see the two pots, and it looks really nice. So coming back, I want you to get a good glimpse of this. We have planted two pots over there, and so you can see it brings out the color scheme in the garden. Even though they're not the exact same color, we bring out the blues and the turquoises that are all around in the garden. See, and it looks really nice. So now I'm going to take you down to this portion of what we've completed and we were working on last. It's done, guys. It looks great. I love it. I'm tickled pink at how beautiful this looks. This is beautiful, guys. So what we did was we decided to keep the whole plant because we wanted a fullness into this big pot. And so we decided to keep the full plant. Yep. And we've gravelled it off like I always do when I am displaying my pots in the garden. Isn't that beautiful, guys? I absolutely love it. So from this angle, I'm going to show you. From this angle, you're seeing it like that. And then you're coming all the way around and you're seeing it like that. And of course, if you step back some more, you'll see where we've planted the other little ginger there, and you'll see where we have planted the other ginger here. So it's going to take shape over time, guys. It will look beautiful. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I want to thank you all so much. I don't want to turn it around so you can see me, but you know who I am. This is Susan. And I just want to thank you guys for always being so supportive, always checking in and viewing my videos. Thank you all so much for being a part of our family of this YouTube channel. Those of you that are watching us for the first time, please subscribe, and we will always bring something nice and interesting to show you and bring you on board as to what we're doing in the garden. And sometimes we do something a little outside with just the garden tour or whatever, but we're always bringing something interesting. So thank you all so much. Give us a thumbs up for like. Send us your comments. We love to read them. We love to respond. We love to get information from you guys too. So if there's anything you want to share, educate us about any of these plants as we go along, please do. We're going to share the garden love for one another. We share. We love your sharing. And we thank you all for that. Well, I'm going to say goodbye for now. See you guys. Bye. So this is the lipstick palm, the way it looks when it's matured. Absolutely beautiful. This is the white ginger plant. This is the red ginger plant, which is the king, jungle king. And this is the pink jungle queen ginger plant. And I apologize, I keep confusing the lily with the ginger plants, but they were all ginger plants. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. Bye.